Is it okay if your girlfriend gives in an argument? I say no. When someone gives in an argument, it is because they want the conflict to end. They don't agree with you. They have not understood what is going on. They have not understood your point. They do not agree with you. That is the case when you give in an argument. That is the case when she gives in. It's the same. When anyone concedes in an argument, it is because of this. Now that it's clear that I'm not talking about admitting defeat and understanding that you were in the wrong, we can go on with this topic. We have spoken about this the other way. We have spoken about you giving in and how it's not okay. For the other side, it's not okay either. If any one of you gives in without agreeing that the other one is the one in the right, this is something negative for both of you. This is negative for the relationship as a whole. So let's say you are in an argument. You are convinced that you are in the right, she is convinced of the same, and just as we have talked previously on previous videos, most probably you know that you are in the right because you have analyzed the situation and she hasn't. So you are in this disagreement. You are right this time. She doesn't agree with that. And she finally gives in. She concedes the fight to you. You are now victorious, so to say. But she is not agreeing within herself with this. She just wants some peace. She wants the fight to be over. If you accept this and you go on with your normal relationship, she will feel she has been silenced. She will start accumulating each one of these occasions where she yields a resentment towards you because you don't listen to her, you don't understand her. She is convinced that she was in the right and she had to yield so the relationship can go on harmoniously. But this is not harmonious. There is something that is unfair in her eyes, and it is unfair to you too, because she hasn't understood what is going on. She hasn't understood and accepted that she was in the wrong. This will mean that this situation will happen again, because she doesn't realize that she was in the wrong. She will keep on thinking the same way because she hasn't been corrected. She hasn't realized that she should change what she is doing, should change what she is saying in this topic. And most of the times, it's not that particular topic, right? Most of the times, there are things that are common to various topics, to various possible arguments. So she will go on doing the same thing over and over again, and you will have arguments over and over again. And maybe she will again concede, accumulating this resentment, this rage, until one day it will blow up. These accumulations cannot be held within for a long time, not if you're a man, even less if you are a woman. She will completely explode in one of the forthcoming fights. And many times we as men do not know what is going on. Sometimes, I don't know, you drop a glass and it breaks, and suddenly all hell breaks loose, and this enormous, gigantic fight starts. This is because of the accumulation of resentment. It can happen the other way. Maybe you have felt it. Maybe you have been aware of this, maybe you haven't, but it happens, it will happen to whoever accumulates resentment. This is why it's very important that when you solve a disagreement, you both have to understand and be in agreement of the conclusions of what happened, why it shouldn't happen again, what should each one of you do the next time or don't do the next time, so you can solve this issue once and for all. So if she is giving in and you take notice that she is not doing it because she agrees with you, do not let her do that. Do not accept her conceding. When she gives you the victory, so to say, tell her that you don't accept it, that you need to get to an agreement, that you will not accept that she accumulates any resentment towards you. Explain to her this situation. Tell her, if I give in to something that I don't agree with, I will accumulate resentment towards you. And it's the same both ways. You will accumulate resentment towards me if I accept you giving in, so I will not accept it. I want a relationship to work, so I need you to listen to me, to try to understand me. Listen to the points that I make. If you have something to say about them, say it and I will answer them. Maybe we will get to a point in which you are right. Maybe we will get to a point in which I am right. The important thing is that we both agree on what is right and what is wrong, what is desirable in our relationship, no matter who it comes from and what not. That is the most important thing. We have to solve this so we can protect our relationship and make it something happy, something harmonious, something rid of unnecessary conflict. It is very unlikely that she will ignore this. She will listen to you if she sees that you are trying to protect your relationship and trying to protect her feelings in the end. But it can happen that she will reject this. She will say, no, you win, whatever. Let's just forget this and go on with our lives together. Do not accept that. Tell her that you will not be at peace with that. So maybe she will just step aside and start doing her own things, thinking that you will forget about this, that your anger will fade. Show her that it won't fade. You have to show that to her just by continuing to be in the same mood. Nothing has been solved, so it won't be difficult for you. The only way you will be at peace is if this gets solved. So continue in argument mode. She will notice this maybe some minutes later, maybe some hours later. It doesn't matter. She will notice it sooner or later, and she will know that this has not ended yet. Now let's talk about something that is happening behind the scenes here. This is some kind of bonus material. She thinks that your anger will fade away because her anger fades away in this kind of situations. Why is that? This is because women work from emotions, and emotions have a non-permanent nature. So when she feels something, it is because there is something provoking that feeling. As soon as the stimulus goes away, the feeling starts to fade away too. We as men function around logics, around thinking and reflecting on things. So if we think about something and we come to certain conclusions, those conclusions have a permanent nature. It is very rare that something that has been reflected on changes its conclusion. So when the stimulus goes away, what has been thought about it remains, and the conclusion remains the same. So our rage doesn't fade away, because the foundation of our rage, of our non-satisfaction with what is happening, is what has been thought. It is not the feelings directly. It is what has been reflected and what has been concluded that makes us feel a certain way. Seeing it in another way, it's like the stimulus doesn't go away, because the stimulus is logic. So women work this way, and they have not ever lived the way we see things, the way we work. So naturally they think that we work the same as them, that this is something common to every human being. We as men tend to think that of women many times in other ways. So this is why she is waiting for you to calm down and to just let it go. But you and I know that we won't let go, because we have thought about this, and our conclusions are right now and will be right in 1 hour, in 1 day, in 1 month, and maybe forever. And it is possible, of course. We're not talking about physics here. We're speaking about simple day-to-day issues that can be solved and can be prevented from repeating themselves, so we can prevent future problems within our relationship. It's as simple as that. That is why it can be something that will be forever valid. So let's return to the main topic here. Once she sees that you are still in the argument, that you are not letting go of this, then she will be more prone to listen to you and to actually give some weight to what you're saying. So wait for this moment and talk again. You can say to her the same things you have already said to her, but now she will be more open to understand you. Once this happens, now you can solve the situation. Now she will be more open to understand what are your reasons to not be happy with this, and why you want this to change, because she will see that you are protecting your relationship, that you don't want her to be resentful, you don't want yourself to be resentful. So now you can actually try to solve the disagreement. If you implement this, your relationship can change a lot for the better in the long term, because now you will both be aware that even when you are fighting, you both want the relationship to work out. You both want to be happy and to not cause any resentment in the other one. And you will start noticing that many of the fights change in nature. Now, instead of trying to hurt the other one because you feel that you have to defend yourself by doing this, you will now be trying to solve the problem. Even if you're not happy with what is happening, of course, no one will be smiling or laughing during the arguments, but it will be noticeable that you will both be in an attitude that points towards solving things and being both satisfied with what is agreed. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you have any comment down below. See you next time.